Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays HyperRogue. We've got a lot of new stuff today. I'm using a new version of OBS, which actually should be letting me capture my cursor properly, so I'll be able to point at things a lot better. It's also a new version of HyperRogue. And so, as I said at the beginning of this series, the probability of our plans going astray is 1, and I have been vindicated in that. So we're going to be checking out the new lands. We have 3 new lands. One is the Prairie. You can find safety in some places in the Prairie, but if you want treasures, they can be found only on the other side of a giant herd of bulls. Treasure required 90, so that's quite a lot. But we're nearly there. We only need 5 more, so we should be able to get that pretty much anywhere, though I do kind of want to try and get it from the Dragon Chasms. I don't know, I want to play a little bit more safely, so that might be worth thinking about. The Bull Dash. Butterflies don't pursue you unless you get next to them. They just spin around the obstacles. They cannot be killed conventionally, but you get treasure when a raging bull crashes into a butterfly. And that also just requires 90 treasure. And then Crossroads 5. Extremely narrow crossroads layout. So that requires 300 treasures. I don't think we're likely to get there. As with every update, it's very likely that we will die at some point while trying to figure out the new lands. So, let's give it a shot. We need 5 more treasures. I want to take a look at, like, if we have 1 ruby, 2 wine, 7 dragon scales. We don't seem to have any... Let's see, do we have any amber? That's probably the easiest one for us to get. It looks like not. So there is an ocean right here. We should be able to get 5 of these with very little effort. Though it does look like the ocean is coming up to us. So we'll have to deal with that. And we can just wait this out, and then when it retreats, we should be able to find stuff very quickly, and that is everything we need. So it should be able to spawn now. We're going to have to keep an eye out for it. I am kind of notoriously unobservant, so hopefully we find, you know, if not the first one, then certainly... but there it is, actually, so no need to worry about that. There's some butterflies, there's a bull, and we've got some albatrosses after us. Oh dear. Oh, it should just still go around. It's going around that wall. That's what it's doing. It looked like it was pursuing me. But it looks like we will have to explore around a little bit and see if we can... Oh dear. Oh my, this is going to be a little bit complicated, it looks like. So here comes a bull. But, okay, so there's another one. So, let's see. Sleeping bulls wake up when you get into distance of 2 cells from them. So we actually have to get fairly close to this guy for him to wake up. And we want to do so kind of carefully. Okay, so butterflies will attack us if they're next to us. And it looks like the raging bull crashes into the big tree, stunning it, and so that's actually going to probably prevent it from hitting that butterfly. Raging bulls charge in a straight line. On heptagons, when they can choose one of the 2 possible directions, they choose one closer to your current location. In the case of a tie, the cell where more neighbors is closer to your current location is chosen. If still a tie, past locations are considered. Interesting. They can attack you in any direction, and monsters on their way are attacked even if friendly. When they crash into something, the obstacle is usually destroyed, and they are stunned for 3 turns. after which they charge at you again in any direction. Raging bulls cannot be killed or stunned, after which cannot be killed or stunned conventionally. I misread where the line break was there. So, oh boy, that's going to be difficult. So we're going to have to pay a lot of attention. It does look like there's a lot of room for us to escape downwards. And so that's probably where we want to go. We can get to the other side of this tree. It looks like he's going over that way, which means he's stunned. But now he's going to come toward us once again. We can stun him again, but what we really want to do is get him to crash into a butterfly. And it's not obvious how we're going to do that. It's also not really clear, how would we escape him? Maybe we can get him to crash into that tree, or he'll just go in a line that... Oh, nope, he crashed, so he's going to head toward us again. But because of the way that lines diverge, he will charge over this way, at which point we can move over here, and, oh boy, let's see. So, it looks like he is heading pretty straight toward us. But if we wait here... Let's see, he should go left because we were over here previously. There he goes. So now we can go over there, and he's going to curve away from us. And crash, and point in our direction again. So once again, we're going to have to try and distract him. Try and lead him toward one of these butterflies is probably the best for us. But it looks like he's going off in a completely different direction, and he's going to miss yet another butterfly. So getting these guys to line up is very, very difficult. And that guy woke up. He's going to crash. These butterflies are not going to sync up correctly. And it seems like I'm just going to have a very hard time. Yeah. Boy, he really does not want to go in the directions we want him to go in. Oh dear, okay. So he's going to crash again, there he goes. And so we can once again try and get some distance. And he's going to go in a straight line toward us. But straight lines diverge so quickly. He's going to go way over there. Crash into... Oh, nope, not crash into that. But he's going to go off this way. So he will crash into that tree. And that's going to get him pointed back at us. But not at any of those butterflies, because they're going to be out of sync once again. And he's going to go off in a straight line. And now we need to get out of that butterfly's way. So we can try and lure this one. There we go. That got him to crash. So now we need to get rid of this guy, which means putting him on a line that will take him elsewhere, and we can pick up our very first treasure. New achievement, Sleeping Bull, collect a spinel. Okay. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. Maybe spinel? You in the comments will have to help me out. I will look it up. I'll look up like a YouTube video, so actually... in the next episode, hopefully, by the next episode, I will be pronouncing it correctly. So we've already got 2. I'm not sure how that other one happened. This might end up being similar to the Red Rock Valley, and similar to the desert, where we're going to get more kills accidentally, rather than intentionally by setting things up. You know, I'm going to keep looking for ways to set things up if I at all can. There we go. So something like that. And it looks like that one is going to do a lot of good work for us, though it's now going to head back toward us. So we need to kite it away. And there it's actually created another one for us. Let's see, where's that butterfly going? It's just going in a circle, it looks like. So we can grab this one easily, but that other one looks like it's going to be blocked off by the butterflies. Because there's that two that can't find something to orbit around. Maybe we can kite this guy over here, but I'm not certain that he's going to hit those. Oh, he did! Okay. So that's actually gotten rid of a couple of them. He's stunned now. And he's only stunned for one turn. So we're just going to try and get out of his way. Maybe he can come after this butterfly, but it looks like it's not going to time out correctly. Kind of curious. Okay, we cannot push him. So that was something I was curious about. Let's see. There's a prairie over there. So rather than try and finish this land, I would like to survive long enough to get into the prairie. And it looks like the butterflies are going to make that a little bit difficult. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we are now in the prairie. And it looks like there's these bull runs. Let's see, so yeah, we can only find treasures on the other side of herds of bull. Herds of these bulls are running long distance for some reason. They become raging bulls if something stops them. Okay. So these guys are going to move in straight lines. And it looks like we need to try and cross. Yes, we have this big pair of equidistant curves. And it looks like there are treasures on the other side here. That's really cool. That's really tricky. But it seems we've done it. And now we just need to loop around. There we go. And there's our first 3 treasures. New achievement on the other side. Find and collect... Is it green grass? Okay. Oh, that's cool. Of course, the grass is always greener on the other side. I love that. So now we need to cross another herd in order to get treasure. Wow, we have like lots and lots of orbs of safety here. That's interesting. I wonder if that's like... Now we have to... Okay, so it looks like now we're in kind of lost land of some kind. Yeah, now we need to cross another herd. Let's see, what's this? A gadfly. Annoying insects. They can awaken sleeping bulls. Okay. And we can attack them pretty simply. So let's take a look at this one. So it seems like we need to move along in the direction... Okay, we can get out that way very easily. So crossing these herds doesn't seem all that difficult. And so now I don't know if just crossing another herd will get us where we need to go. It looks like these herds are getting more dangerous as we go, which makes sense. A lot of the lands in this game are kind of push your luck kind of lands, where You know, the longer you spend in them, the harder they get. So we want to let these guys go past and kind of wait for an opening here. There we go. And then we want to, I believe we saw some treasures like quite a ways around this way. And I did not see exactly where they were. We may need to travel quite a distance because we kind of got pushed in the opposite direction of where I saw that stuff. And it may be that we've lost it. I'm not sure. Because, you know, you do have a problem where with these equidistant curves, it takes a very long time to travel any distance around them. So we may need to just try and cross another one. And it looks like the gadfly spawn rate may actually be increasing as well. Which could be a little bit challenging. It's very, very nice that there's a slight color difference to show you where the paths are that the bulls are going to take. And it looks like that's not really a gap we can use. Oh dear. These guys move very quickly. Let's see, we cannot attack them. So yeah, we just need to back off there. We couldn't get through. I didn't see a way through. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's very tricky to move inward. It seems like it's easier to move outward when some bulls block you off. And so that's making things more challenging. And then you get things like this where I want to wait for these two bulls to pass, but I can't even stand next to them like that. Luckily, because of the nature of curves, they are going to separate like that, because the guys on the inside are moving faster than the guys on the outside. So that is one way that we can make ourselves a way out. There we go, and there's 2 more treasures, so that gets us up to 8. And this is a very slow, very kind of methodical, careful land. And I feel like I've already figured out, I think that observation about the bulls moving at different speeds is going to be something that will really help us out. I think that might give us a lot more ability to navigate in this space. So there's the treasures over there, and that will put us at just past 10. And so I want to, try and get out of here without traveling too far. And so that might mean waiting for a gap here. Oh dear, let's see. So we do move a little bit faster than this guy. So we can kind of create some space here. And then I want to go there. And it looks like I want to wait for these guys to pass. Oh dear. Looks like we're going to get pushed a bit further in. That's not what I wanted at all. Oh, we're getting pushed, like, way back over to the other side. So this is challenging. This is really challenging. There we go. I got it. New achievement, Herd Bull. Collect 10 green grass. So let's see if we can find the orb for this area. I'm not sure. I mean, we have these rows of orbs of safety that we can, we can just grab one of those, and that will put us by more of these things. I don't know if we have to cross one in order to get an orb. If we can find our way back to the crossroads, that would be the simplest way to do that. And a mirrored land is a perfectly good way of doing that. Let's see, do we have any shards? Let's see, Cloud of Mirage. Just want to go through here. And it looks like we do not, so we can gather up treasures from this land while we're here. The mirrors are not, like, super important as an orb generating treasure, but it's another 10 treasures to add to our list. It will put us closer to the amount that we need for the Crossroads 5. I was not paying attention and made a horrible mistake. If I go there, I believe the eagle will attack my Mirage before it attacks me. Alright, so that's got them lined up. There we go. Let's see, we have another Bull Dash over there. I don't really want to go back in there. I really want to find a Crossroads. And so, let's see, we can drop into that. That'll give us a desert. We don't really have much use for that. Let's see, an ivory tower over there. What's this? A palace. A dry forest. We're really, like, not seeing crossroads spawning. This is a little bit troubling. I know there were some balance tweaks, and I don't remember what all they were, but here's a crossroads at last. I do remember there was a balance tweak to having stuff appear, like where stuff would appear. And I don't exactly remember, but I remember that there was some real incentive for getting more treasures. And so I'm a little bit worried, are these orbs going to appear at all? Let's see, Orb of the Bull. Spawn rate in hub, 70%. Let's see, orbs appear here if unlocked in their native land. Okay, so there's still a 70% spawn rate, and that will increase with more orbs. And so we should, it should take us a while to find it, but we should be able to eventually find it. Just going to have to pay a little bit of attention and keep covering ground. And so, of course, Orb of Safety will kind of clear away enemies for us a little bit. That can be useful. We do have a bit of stuff after us. Those butterflies, I have to remember, are not actually going to chase after us. That's something that I think can be very misleading if you're just wandering around in the crossroads, because usually monsters coming out into the crossroads means they're there to stay. But yeah, we really are not seeing that new orb, and so we might have to leave it for next time. I'm basically going to keep going until the next, whether we see the Bull Orb or the Orb of Safety, and here's one right here. So we're just going to drop into that and wrap it up here. We had a pretty good day. We did not die in the new lands. In the next episode, we will be looking for that new orb and trying to get the last of the spinal, spoonal, whatever it's supposed to be pronounced as. I have only ever read that word, but I will look up a pronunciation guide before the next time. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.